Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday English with Jamie, the podcast where we turn real life situations into English learning opportunities. Today, we're going on a little trip, not quite a vacation, but a journey through some of the most useful English you'll ever need, English at the airport. So, grab your imaginary passport, put your seatbelt on, and let's take off. Airports can be exciting, but also stressful, especially if you're using English as a second language. There are signs, announcements, and a lot of different people to talk to, from airline staff to security officers to other passengers. Today, we'll go step by step through a typical airport experience and practice English expressions for every situation, from check-in to boarding your flight. Let's start at the check-in counter. You'll usually approach the airline staff member and show your passport and ticket. Here's a short dialogue example. Good morning. I'd like to check in for my flight to London.
Good morning. May I see your passport, please?
Sure, here you go.
Do you have any bags to check in?
Yes, one large suitcase.
All right, please place your bag on the scale.
At the check-in counter, remember these key phrases. I'd like to check in for my flight to destination. Here's my passport. I have one bag to check in. Can you tell me my gate number, please? You might also hear questions like, would you like a window or an aisle seat? Or, is anyone else traveling with you today? Once you check in, it's time to go through security and immigration. This part can feel a little tense, but don't worry. Most of the English used here is quite formal and repetitive. At security, an officer might ask, do you have any liquids or electronics in your bag? Please take your laptop out of the bag. Remove your shoes and belt. A good way to respond politely is, sure, no problem. Here it is. After that, you go to the immigration counter. The officer will ask, what's the purpose of your trip? How long will you stay? Where will you be staying? You can answer with short, clear statements. I'm here on vacation. I'll stay for 2 weeks. I'm staying at the Hilton Hotel. Remember to keep your answers simple and confident. Officers are trained to ask everyone the same questions, so relax and smile. Now you're through security. Time to find your departure gate. The signs might say something like Gate 15, boarding starts at 9:30. While waiting, you may hear announcements such as, attention please, Flight BA 123 to London is now boarding at Gate 15. Or, this is the final call for passengers traveling to London on Flight BA 123. If you're unsure, you can ask airport staff. Excuse me, where is Gate 15? Has boarding started for the London flight? Is there a delay? When it's time to board, staff will check your boarding pass and passport. You can say, good morning, here's my boarding pass. Or simply, thank you. A polite smile always helps. Once you find your seat on the plane, congratulations, you did it. But even on board, English continues to be useful. Flight attendants may say, please fasten your seatbelt. Would you like something to drink? Chicken or beef for your meal? Some useful responses include, yes, please, I'd like some water. No, thank you, I'm fine. Could I have an extra blanket, please? And when you need attention, press the button above your seat and say politely, excuse me, could you help me, please? When the plane lands, listen carefully for instructions. You'll often hear, please remain seated until the seatbelt sign has been turned off. At immigration in your destination country, you might be asked the same kind of questions as before. Then you go to baggage claim to collect your luggage. If your bag doesn't appear, you can go to the Lost and Found or Baggage Services counter and say, My luggage hasn't arrived. Can you help me? Here's my baggage tag. Finally, go through customs where officers may ask, "Do you have anything to declare?" If not, you can say, "No, nothing to declare." Let's quickly review some important words and expressions from today's episode. Check-in counter, boarding pass, gate number, security check, immigration officer, baggage claim, customs declaration, flight attendant. These are the core terms you'll hear almost every time you travel. Practicing airport English doesn't have to happen only when you travel. You can role-play it with a friend or even record yourself asking and answering questions. Try this. Pretend you're at the check-in counter and practice a short conversation. Then switch roles and answer as the airline staff. It's a great way to build fluency and confidence. And that's our flight for today, English at the airport. We've practiced vocabulary, useful expressions, and polite ways to communicate at every stage of travel. Thanks for listening. I truly appreciate you joining me for today's episode. Your time and attention mean the world, and I hope you found this journey as enriching as I did. As we wrap up, I invite you to stay curious, stay inspired, and stay connected. I'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, take care.